zombie follows with a laugh full of life. Lights flicker low, shadows grow tall. A night of chills, we're having it all. The hitman and the zombie, they're stealing the show. The spooky reviews and a spectral glow. Thrills and chills on the midnight line. A spooky good time, it's devilishly fine. They talk of ghouls with fangs that gleam.
What up, family? It's your boy, the zombie here. Today, we're going to get into Light Out. That's right, guys. The famous YouTube 13-minute short. It's crazy how the concept came from a short, back in the young YouTube era. It's about this this lady. She was in her apartment and she turned on the light, turn off, so on and so forth. Do we have a trend here? Because Lights Out was directed by the legend himself, the man from The Conjuring, the man, the myth, the legend, James fucking Wan. Man, isn't there anything this man can't touch that turns into gold? Sheesh. Yeah, I can't believe it either, man. When I saw it, it's directed by the man who made The Conjuring, a Conjuro. So let's starts off with right out of the bat, man. The old school Conjuring open with the dark clouds, dark WB Warner Brothers logo. Gets right into this. We see the man and the secretary is like, hey, you want me to get something out of the storage? She's like, yeah, go ahead, bro. So she goes in there and she flicks the lights. She's someone kneeling down. And she's like, what the hell was that? And then it does that again, turns on. And then she keeps getting closer to her. And then, it's crazy how this big ass warehouse, there's the only light source is a little overhead beam of light, of hope, the ray. And Ray zombie is not there, but yeah, it's crazy, man, that they have, I guess, to save their lights. So anyhow, we see this little black shadowy figure. It's like, what is that? And all of a sudden he charges after. She's like, ah. So she runs and locks, like she was spooked. She went to the guys, hey, there's someone here. So I gotta go. You're like, oh, I was running late. I'm gonna stay. I was like, are you sure? Like, I just told you someone's in here. Don't worry, I got you. He's all right, man. Have a good one. So she leaves. He leaves him alone, and then the guy starts walking the hallway. Like I said, keep in mind you have the little beams just beaming on you. It's like motion sensor lights. So he sees him. He's walking, and then the cat. Who's the Catwoman esque? She's kneeling down like. She's like, Selena, is that you? And just meow, bitch. I'm about to claw your eyes out. She's only needed her whip. So anyways, he sees her and she's like, hey, are you playing a prick? I'm like, dude, come on. It's not her. She's not going to be kneeling down like that. So she sees that and the guy starts running. He's like, ah! How was he screaming? He was screaming something like this. He was like, get me the fuck out of here. So he's just running and he gets his little leg Wolverined. And he went and he screams like this. So he screamed and he ran. He ran to the office. Dude, instead of running for the exit, your car, escalator, Escalade, shotgun, rifles, pocket knife, machete. You go and hide in an office where obviously there's no exit anywhere in that office. So, horror movies, how I love you. All of a sudden, the lights, of course, go out. And he gets crumpled up. You hear the bone crunching and the slicing and dicing and the eyeballs and his final his final scream as he lumps in the warehouse. Nobody was there. Nobody was there. We cut back to homie's sister laying in bed with his boyfriend. Can I sleep over, please? Could I? I'll leave a sock. And, we're going steady for 8 months now, and she's like, "Nah, bro, get the fuck out of here. I gotta go to work." Which she never does go to work at all. So yeah, just never goes to work. Hmm. So yeah, so the homie's like, "No, I'll just leave it alone." So he takes off his sock and he sneaks it in one of her drawers. I'm like, why is that? Were you Dobby? Tobby from Harry Potter? Like trying to hide your sock? Master, Harry Potter gave me a sock. I'm his now. Nobody will hurt you, Harry. Mr. Potter. Just sucks he gets killed like everybody in this movie. So homegirl gets up and she leaves. Like, hey, pendejo is like, yeah, you forgot something. He throws a sock at her. Oh my goodness. And then we cut back to a house. Who's that little boy? I forgot his name, guys. Fill in the blanks. Name your kid. So he's in there. He's looking around. He's like, Mom? Hello, Mom. Are you there? Mother? Mommy? And then it gets scary. Then it changes. Diana, what are you doing? That's nice. So Diana, no, we don't know her name yet. Diana is a random person. So she's like, Mom, who are you talking to? And you're like, I know, I've been trying. She's like, oh, go to bed. I'll tuck you into bed right now. Because you said that an hour ago. And then we see from the corner a big hand in the torso. He chases the little boy to his bed. That's one way to get your kids to sleep. Hey, what was the old saying? If you don't go to sleep, I'll call the cuckoo on you. I'm gonna call the cuckoo. El cuckoo la llorona is coming. Now she'll be screaming in your ear, ay, mi ninos. You want the cuckoo? You want the cuckoo to comfort you? Go to sleep, bitch. Go to sleep. I told her go to sleep. So you go to sleep, right? And then the cuckoo is right there. She's like, hey, bro. What's up with that shit? You want to eat? So of course the lights go out, and then she's in her room, she's trying to wiggle the handle. There's a lot of handle wiggling up in this movie. He goes, well, apparently so. He can't get through, so you go by. Next day at school, the homegirl, the sister gets a call like, hey, your brother has not been sleeping. Have you been all right? He's a drug addict. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'll take him back home. And then he goes home and he runs like, hey, you want to stay at my house? Like, yeah, go ahead. She's like, yeah, please. And homie runs. He runs, packs up everything, and then of course you see her. She's like, hey, where you going? Where you going? You can't run. She's like, this has to stop. You're going insane. Blah blah blah. And he takes the kid to his place. And of course that night, she hears a little scraggling, a little tagging, like she's like, who the fuck is doing that? And he looks, The typical. She has a little buzzing. It's a little buzzing. Go turns on, turn off, turn on, turn off. Can you imagine her trying to write her name or whoever's name, and she starts with a D, and she has to stop because the light went off, went on, and then she starts again, and the lights went off again. She's like, "Fuck!" And then she's doing the bottom of the D, and the light turns back on. It's like, oh my god. She must have been there for what? Do we think 20, 30 minutes trying to write her name because of the lights? It's on a timer. Lights on, lights off, lights on, lights off. When she starts going fast, she's like, anyways, and then she sees her. She's like, what the fuck is that? She gets up, of course. She looks at her beady eyes, her white eyes. The white eyes are looking at you. She's like, what the fuck are you doing in here? And she runs, of course, and turns on the lights. And she disappears. How the hell did she travel? Did she got her address? She knows where she was all this time? Where's where she attached the little boy? Because if she knew where the sister was all this time, how come she never paid her a visit? She wanted the kid? She wanted her baby boy? So anyway, so the social worker, of course, opens the door. She's like, hey, what are you doing, bro? You cannot do this. She's like, what do you mean? You cannot take him like that. First of all, you have bongs and drug paraphernalia. You have your underwear everywhere, and you have a random boy coming in. I don't think that's a suitable place for a young kid to grow. So it's okay to take her back to her psycho mommy. Psycho mommy is okay, but a little bong is a no-no. So she takes the DiGiorno and pizza, eating pizza with a fork. That's the sin. You don't do that. So homegirl runs, She's like, give me my baby back. And she's like, oh no. She's like, you have to stay here. He's like, all right. So their mom is watching TV. You know what she says? She says, the sister says that sometimes you gotta face your fear head on and don't be scared. And everything be okay. He's like, oh yeah, your sister might look tough, but in reality, she's shaking her boots. She don't know what to do. That's right. Give me an idea. Hold on. And the mom deliberately hands her son to Dinah. So here, it's just all a misunderstanding. She likes little kids. She likes to play with them. She plays with them a little bit too rough sometimes, but she ain't not a bad person. And then you see her like Catwoman-esque on the couch, like, meow. I think she needed to just start licking her arm. I love that scene with Penguin and Catwoman. She pops out the sword. It's time to fillet this kitty. She's like, no, mom, please don't let me do this. And she fucking opens, she turns on the light. And she disappears. And the little kid runs away. She's like, ah! And knocks on her fucking sister's door. Like, hey, what are you doing here? Dude, I saw her. She wants to get me. She wants to kill me. She has mom. All right, fine. We're all gonna go over. No, but you said no. I said yes. If not, the movie ends here. She's like, okay. So you see this that it's been going on since her sister was a little girl. Like, damn. No trauma for the mama. And out of quinketing, she finds a picture of her and Diana. Her mom, I guess, was in a psych ward for her depression. Then from her depression, she met Diana, and Diana became obsessed with her, and she's doing the little whisper in her. Went into a whisper in your ear. The whisper song. The whisper song. She was doing the super whisper song, and like, you're my friend now forever. We're attached at the hip. So apparently Diana had a skin condition that she's like a vampire, that she cannot get sun. If not, she becomes brittle or something. So they conducted a fucking science experiment on her. They opened the floodgates of the sun on her. Turn on the power. Too much power. Turn it off. She turned into Mr. Was it Mexer Manhattan? Except with the blue dong. There's no blue dong going around here. The blue dong. Can you imagine? You're just sitting, all of a sudden he appears and he's just like hits you with it, like, what the fucker? You know, he's laughing. He does it on purpose. It wasn't even real him. It was one of his clones. So, anyways, they evaporate homegirl. You know, she poof, she disappeared. She's a poofy. And all of a sudden, they get trapped in the closet, and she's like, "Hey, get me out of here!" And then the homie, you know, trapped in the closet. You gotta go in the closet. Yeah, so they leave the little kid. The homegirl gets attacked. She said, "Stay away from your mom. Your mom is my mommy, not your mommy." That's cool. It was a lot of cool practical effects, you know, the darkness, using the empty space and all that to create a nice ambient and a couple jump scares. It'd be cool. And then, yeah, she grabs by her head from snatched that girl from her wig. She's like, "Give me your shit." And then she gets the files and she runs out. She's like, "I don't know what is it, but we gotta figure it out." And then goes more in detail what happened to Diana. She gets vanished into the ether, and then she's attached, evil attached spirit to her. She like reminds me of the girl from Silent Hill when she gets all crispy and all that shit. She goes, "We gotta put an end to this." And like, how? Like, we gotta go back. So I was gonna say all the ambience, like I said, all that using that dark space, you know, the shadow space with the lights on where the light doesn't hit, and covering the corners. You know, it did a good boxing out. You know, boxing out the segment of it that gets you the focus on the space, and sometimes it's not there, and the subtle movement. You know, I really enjoy that, the empty space, like I said, and the little quick jump scares, and the using the light as a weapon. You know, it's just a cool idea to harm, like a Ghostbuster, like Luigi. You know how he does the little flash, goes, and then it becomes real, and then you have to use your vacuum to suck them up. Yeah, this kind of was like that. It was like a little nice, you know, haunted spot. So she's there, you know, and then the mom's like, "Oh, I'm glad you moved back in and helping your brother settle, and you know everybody's gonna get along." And then she goes for a hug, and then she feels like a little tug, and then she gets a note, you know, like Annabelle saying, "Do you miss me? Or have you seen me? Have you seen me? You like me?" And then we get a whistle out of nowhere. Just, oh, I'm sorry. And then you get the guy in the background just scream again. Her boyfriend goes like, "I gotta get the fuck out of here." But anyways, he receives a note and look, and it says, "I need help. Help me, please." So all this time she wasn't talking to herself. She was never cuckoo. She was just dealing with Diana that didn't want to leave. Diana Ross, you know. She didn't want to leave the house. She didn't want to leave her best friend, her bestie, man. That's worse than Andy and Chucky's relationship right there, bro. She's hidey ho, friends to the end. This one was attached to the hip, and she's like, "Okay, whatever, you know, we're fine, we're friends, yeah, you know." And then she came out clear that like, "Oh crap, like this is getting out of hand or getting out of foot." Yeah, and all the hijinks came, you know. It's like it's crazy. Like, all right, we're staying in a house where a known entity is trying to kill people and has killed before, and you're gonna be silently. You'd be like, "All right, cool. I'll sleep in the couch by myself with no weapons or anything to help me with this thing." Yeah, fuck no. Fuck's wrong with you? I don't care how good that girl is. I'm outie. So I'm like, you know what? I'll sleep in the car. If you need me, just call. The hell's wrong with you? The fuck was wrong with you? And of course, you know, and there's the part where the boyfriend's looking around, looking around, and she was there, like boo. And then the whole running towards him is pretty cool, man. And he leaves when they get trapped in the basement. They're like, hey, because all the lights go out, of course, typical. They destroy the thing that makes you it hurts. Melele la lights, so I gotta turn it off. He does that. He turns it off. I mean, Diana turns off the power to go downstairs to flip the breakers. And of course, the little boy gets attacked. Like, don't you ever leave me again. Man, if Diana wanted these guys murked already, shoot, they would have been murked. But she's playing with her food, man. Stop playing with your food, villains. Just take care of business and get it on your way. And he does that. They go, and then the boyfriend's attacked. She gets attacked, gets dragged. She's like, I'm out of here. And he's about to run to his car, and then the no has a little triangle of the house, casts a shadow. She just pops out, fucking clothesline this guy. Like, oh, help me. And then he reminds he has his pocket, and he goes, tuk, tuk, and he just falls on his face because the lights flash. Yeah, and then he leaves. He comes back. He comes back with the popo. So the popo's there, like, oh my god, what's going on? I was like, dude, we need some backup. Was this movie based on true events? Can you imagine? So yeah, so the daughter's gonna be charged with the police murder because how you gonna explain a ghost or someone killing these people? So the mom finally realized that she could have done this a long time ago. But I understand that she keeps saying there's no you without me, so take out the conduit like Annabelle. So yeah, she gets the blicky and she blicks herself and she goes. You see her slow motion reach out like no, Dinah. There's someone in the diner. We're Dinah, something like that. So she blows up, turns into to ash because she murked herself and the attachment has dissipated. So in reality, it was a lose lose all around. There's no hero. There was no way to exercise her. Instead of saying that the power of Christ compels you, the power of Duracell compels you. Or the power of the wind up toy. He was in the basement, that chasing with the arms and everything, little quick jump scare, and yeah, it's they live happily. Never mind, they don't live happily. They lost both parents, so that means they get to keep the house with the spooky dead bodies. Hmm. Lights out. So yeah, that's how it ends, guys. Yeah, there's no silver lining here. Don't be obsessed with your friends that much that you'll come back from the dead to stick around with them. Just go home. Yeah, they did. So yeah, so the I guess sister becomes solo parent to this kid, and the boyfriend's gonna be a revolving door of boyfriends is. Cause I wouldn't like to stay in the house. Yeah, that's how it ends, guys. It just pans out, and they're in the ambulance, and yeah, there's no hero here. Overall, lights out. Like I said, I enjoy the ambience. I like the shadows. I like how they play with the empty space, the darkness all around them, the feeling of dread and the hopelessness from the mother, and the way that she was playing around, playing it, trying to save her family. But when she found out that homegirl killed her husband, it's crazy. How start cracking, accepting it that it's normal behavior, but it's not, and you needed a help a long time ago. You could have called Ed and Lorraine Warren, but I guess not. Overall, guys, I enjoy this movie. Like I said, I saw it in the movie theaters, surround sound, that bitch, and it's funny how we're in the theater and all of a sudden the lights were not going down and everybody was complaining like, "Wait, what the fuck? We're starting. You're killing the parts." So I guess it was part of the point because they don't want the lights to go out. So overall, guys, I give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. You know, it's one of my earliest favorite moments, even from the short. You know, give credit to the short that sparked this Lights Out movie. It was a great showtime, especially right now in the spooky time. Yeah, you'll have a fun, great time with it. There's no nudity. There's nothing. There's no cussing. I think. Yeah, there's no cussing, which is in a horror movie is unheard of. It's more of a quick jump scares. You know, it plays well with light and darkness, light and shadows. Light it plays is well balanced. You know, it doesn't drag as much, but the story's convoluted. You know, it's the Invisible Woman. Like I said, it's a fun watch. You know, I recommend it. If you haven't seen it, don't sleep on it. It's a great movie to see. Like I said, especially during this time. And if you have little kids, show them this. Like, hey, if you don't go to sleep, I'm gonna bring her. I'm gonna bring Dinah, and Dinah's gonna get you. So, like I said, overall, 8.5 out of 10. Thanks, guys, for jumping on the late night wagon with me. And all aboard. All aboard. And yeah, guys, I am Ray Zombie. Who knows? This might be the end of the Hitman and Zombie reviews for the hatest time, or we'll see. But for now, it's just either a goodbye or see you next week. You'll see. Peacemaker was going. You know, we'll come back with Peacemaker or whatnot, or maybe not. Maybe yes. Marvel Zombies next week, 24th, I think it is. Like I said, maybe come back, maybe not. If this is my last show, I'd like to say, guys, thank you for supporting us and supporting the channel with your subs and likes. You know, let us know if you want us to for us to come back or not, or you really don't care or whatnot. Or maybe I do come back next week. Well, I don't know. But as of now, this is a goodbye. It's been fun. Doesn't mean videos are gonna be start popping up, but as of the lives and hooking up, it's a goodbye for now. Goodbye, my old friend, like the title says. This is not a goodbye forever, it's just a goodbye for now. Like the title says, it's time to go lights out. Thanks for this. Like I said, I am a Ray Zombie. If no one loves you, I love you. And thanks for showing us. The giveaway is still gonna happen. Like I said, we promised it when the MK movie comes out. It is gonna drop when the movie drops. That is still happening. The videos are still gonna be populating here and there, but I don't know. Till next time, guys. Much love and peace. Cheeser. And it's time for the lights out. Later.